Hi, my name is Greg with CalendarInvite.com. You can see here in this slide, I am going to review how our AWS Calendar Invite server works real quick. The data is sent from a calendar client, upper left-hand corner where my mouse is right here. The data is ingested into a inbound SES box, and that box for simple email service is reserved for inbound calendar invite processing. So that means we are using a specific box to drop the data off. In this case here, we're using create@calendarsnack.com. The AWS Calendar Invite server is completely configurable at an admin level, so you can use any domain and any configured SES mailbox. So for demo purposes, create@calendarsnack.com off this calendar client here, ingested the data. So the data ingest model is of such. I'm not going to get too high definition in this first run, but essentially there are 14 Lambdas that run this exercise. And this exercise is once the calendar client data is in here, it's considered new. We ETL it, so we extract, transform, and load it. And then it goes through a storage into S3 and then finally into DynamoDB. So anytime this calendar data outside externally from the calendar client UID is updated, it hits the box again and it would be updated or canceled as well. Now, this is the storage area for essentially disassembly. So what happens when a calendar invite is requested off a embedded calendar invite web page or a bulk run of a transactional email marketing list, that is summoned here into this Lambda series here. And what we do is we reassemble the calendar invite on the fly for anything that came in as new, updated, or canceled. And we attach that to a list that could be a direct bulk campaign list or the embeds as displayed here. And then the SES final calendar invite goes out in a capacitive new, updated, or canceled, and that calendar invite goes out the gateway. So as you can see here, there's an organizer view of event data. And what I have here across the bottom are the organizer's view of event data. This is the NBA games. We have an NBA embedded calendar invite upcoming page lit up here. And then I'm simulating the fact that the buttons here were clicked and an email was put in, the calendar invites were sent, and then we collect that data. So what's hanging off the API gateway here is the independent 9 APIs that are used to build out this GUI here. So you can see here single calendar invite details. You can see how it's pinned to this GUI here. You can see the single calendar invite stats and reporting API is here. We collect specific data for that event. In that case here, I'm pointing to the Cavaliers versus the Pacers. The point being is that we have very articulated APIs. There's 9 of them in the API kit for the calendar invite server. And you can see here that when the button here is clicked, this does a single calendar invite invitation send. And what that does is go up to this series of Lambdas here. We reassemble the calendar invite on the fly and attach it to either a list or in this case here embedded invite, and it goes out the API gateway. So these set of APIs are have been around a long time for us, and we've been testing them, stress testing in the millions. And thanks for stopping by. Now the final endpoint here in this display here is calendar invites for all events by organizer. And you can see here total invites set are coming up on 8,000 for this organizer. There's been a total data collection of 2,000 RSVPs, and then the detailed fidelity around acceptance, declines, and tentative. And then we have invite sources from Klaviyo, landing pages, MailChimp, or direct sends. And that data here, you can see if I follow the API trace map back up, that's done with the organizer calendar invite details. And then we have organizer calendar invite statistics right here. That's the end of the quick demo here on Sunday. And thanks for stopping by here in April 2025.